Hey, this is John Tardy.
And Donald Tardy from Obituary. You're watching Chaos TV.
Okay, so what's up everybody? Chaos TV is today here at Jalometal in Oulu, Finland, and we have Donald and John from the band Obituary here as guests. So first of all, hello and welcome to Chaos TV, guys.
Hello.
All right, thank you so much. Good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So how has the summer generally been for you guys so far? Has it been all good?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we've been just doing a ton of festivals, lots of big festivals, a lot of traveling back and forth from home to here and back and forth, but a lot of great festivals.
Yeah, we've been busy. You know, the Inked in Blood album came out in October, so we've been nonstop doing American tours and across Canada, and then we did a European tour, and then, like John said, now we've just been very busy with all the festivals that invited us. So we're back and forth from Florida back to Europe, back and forth. This is the fourth trip, and we got one more in September to come back. So we've been very busy.
So as you already mentioned, you have now been supporting the latest album Inked in Blood, and I guess the album has gotten pretty good reviews everywhere. So have you guys been pleased with the feedback you have received from it?
I think I wrote most of those reviews, and so
So you work in many different magazines then?
yeah,
and different languages also.
yes.
So you're a language specialist or something?
Email aliases.
yeah. You know what? We had a really good time writing it and recording it ourselves and shit like that. So it was, you know, we love the album. I think it came out great. It's got a lot of good songs, and we play 4 or 5,
yeah.
I think, you know, off that new album, even live. So fans have been digging it, and
yeah,
we like it.
Positive reviews, positive vibe from the fans, and that makes us really proud. We worked our asses off on this new album, and it took us years to write it. And like John said, we actually recorded and mixed it ourselves. So 100% Obituary. If they love it, wonderful. If they hate it, you can blame us. It is what it is. You know, we are a very self-sufficient band, and we're very hands-on.
So are you the kind of guys who actually pays attention what media writes about your albums, or are you the kind of guys who actually tries to avoid reading any reviews or interviews or anything like that?
I have never been to Facebook yet.
Okay.
So
I would say that it's good for a guy not to be there.
Yeah, but you know, the rest of us, we're pretty thick-skinned. We're down-to-earth kind of people, so we understand that people are going to love the record. Some people aren't going to like it, and then there's the people that post things on purpose just to stir up the Kool-Aid and to make a stink. And we understand that, you know, you're never going to please everybody. Yeah. And the last thing it's going to make the band members now, these current band members, you're not gonna ruffle our feathers. We've been a band for a long time. We're veterans. We love what we do, and we love the music that we write, and we do it for the fans that love us. The ones that don't like us,
fine for you.
Yeah, bring it on.
So I noticed that the album has actually sold quite well in US compared to for example your last 3 albums. So, and you know the trend that is going on at the moment, that the CD sales are currently dropping and dropping and dropping. So what do you see is the main reason for it, that you are actually selling more now than in the past when it's totally opposite everywhere else?
I think we got ourselves in an ideal situation with a new record label, and partially, you know, taking the reins and doing the release ourselves. Yeah. So because we had so much to do with it, and we just teamed up with the Relapse guys, that everything the plan came together as designed. You know what I mean? A couple of the albums before that, just things got a little off sync, out of whack. You know, we didn't get enough albums pressed up. Album got released. It just things kind of fell apart. You know, so this time it was just a perfect storm. It went just right for us.
Yeah, perfect.
I think so.
Perfect timing and a little bit of luck. You know, I think it was a good time for Obituary to put an album out. The people were thinking about it. They were wondering what we were doing, and then a little bit of luck. You know, we had Carcass invite us to start an American tour with them right when the album came out. So that helped us tremendously, and thank God, because American fans deserve it. It's just a tough market.
Yeah,
it's a very tough market, and they're so full of everything. They can't focus on on certain things, and thank God they're enjoying Inked in Blood, and it seems like the rest of Europe is digging it as well, and that makes us very proud.
So you released you gathered the money to the album through crowdfunding. So now afterwards, what is your opinion about crowdfunding? I guess it worked out pretty well for you guys.
Well, I mean, it was cool that we had the 900 and something people actually, you know, contribute and help us out. You know, that was really kind of touching. As much money as we were able to raise. You know, I mean, as it turned out, it was just such a lot of work. We really, I mean,
it was a lot of work.
Oh God.
I mean, we're still with people back and forth, stuff getting returned from Dubai, and the address is off, and then you got to contact them, and it's been a lot of work.
Okay.
Yeah, because we might have been able to bring in a third party to do the shipping and packing, but again, we're hands-on. We packed 925 packages ourselves, the band members, inside the studio non-stop, 10-hour days. And like John said, just some of the addresses were either typed wrong to us, or that were written wrong, or the person moved by the time the album was finished, because it was a long process.
Yeah, a long time.
So the fans that, you know, that there's some of them are still waiting, and some of them still get returned. Every time we go back from Europe, we see another one from Russia or something gets returned. So it was the good and the bad, and it was, like John said, it was a pain in the ass, and it was a lot of work. But it did prove that it's doable.
Yeah.
And our fans, in general, I think they enjoyed being that close to a production and being a part of helping us record a record.
So would you see yourself doing that again, or was it like way too much work for you?
It's too much work, I think.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It was a lot of work. It was fun during the campaign and watching it happen, and then the realization, holy shit, 900 orders have to be, and we're still writing
600 T-shirts, and there's from small, they have 7 different sizes, and you know, you got to put a sticker in this one, on CD, signed album on this one. It's
I'm actually shipping everything related to our website when it comes to like selling merchandise, and I know that it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, but we were trying to record and finish the album at the same time, with also focusing on the world tour. So it was a tough commitment to be sitting on our knees in the garage packing stuff up when you knew the album had to be mixed, and we were still working all day on that and all night, and it was a nightmare. But again, man, we're proud we did it, and we did it 99% successfully, except for those handful of people that are still probably watching this episode going, fuck
maybe
you,
some
I
guy
don't
from
have a
Finland.
package.
I don't still have my CD.
There's almost, I mean, 98% or more, you know, it's all done. There's just a handful of
and we're still
lingering, trying to reach out to people. Some people we never heard back from, you know, so we're just still kind of waiting, and then occasionally.
But that's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing we can do about
that
one, but you got to keep you know, want to make sure you check those emails to make sure you don't miss somebody. But.
Yeah, so now we monitor the inbox at obituary.cc or on the Facebook for some messages for people that said, what happened to my package? And, you know, we're nice guys and we're pretty down to earth. We want them to have their package. They paid for it. They deserved it. They helped us. And so I know their frustration, but again, it's kind of a pain in the ass for us as well, because we leave on tour and then they're wondering what, you know, they'll send you an email while we're here and wondering why we're not getting back with us, but we're extremely busy at this point, and we just want everyone to have what they bought.
So you have been around for the extreme metal scene for God long, how long?
30 years.
Yeah, something like that. And the scene has of course changed a lot because of the current state of the whole music industry and music business. So would you imagine that if there's like a death metal band formed like this year, 2015, would you imagine that it would have like a 30-year long career in extreme metal? Is it even possible nowadays, like because of the current situation in music business?
Anything's possible. Obviously, there's big bands and new bands stuff all the time, but it does. Sometimes you think about it, and it's like if we had to just blink and start over today, you'd be like, man,
I'd do a
no
different
way.
Career.
No way.
I'd have a different career.
So,
I'd be a light guy.
You know, and you know, the bottom line is, you know, is if you do like music and you do want to start bands and whatever, just make it fun to start with and try and keep it that way.
Yeah.
Don't try and become a business too fast and think that you're going to expect too much of it. Whatever happens to you, you know, just let it happen.
So how do you see like the extreme metal scene, like let's say like 20 years from now, when all these like legendary big bands like you and Cannibal Corpse and Morbid Angels have all like disappeared?
Did you say 2 or 20?
No, but I'd say 20, so that you have all like quit.
Decades.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think. You know, there's amazing musicians that are being born right now that are going to blow our socks off. So I think it's exciting to wonder what's going to happen in 2 more decades or in 50 years from now. Can you imagine what music's going to be like and what performances are going to be happening on stage? We do live in a generation that we saw it from the beginning when we were children all the way through the 90s. The 80s and 90s were metal was metal and rock was rock, and then it combined into crazier music, and now it's extreme. Now there's drummers playing bass drums so fast that it doesn't seem humanly possible. Now, you know, what's next? How does it go any further or any deeper or heavier? I don't have that answer, but I'm waiting, and I can't wait to see what happens.
So as a death metal band, what do you guys think about, like, for example, streaming services such as Spotify? Do you think that it's good for a death metal band, or is it more like against the like smaller bands and musicians?
Sometimes you look at the royalty statements and it's like, wait a second, you can download all our albums and this is what is in it for us, kind of stuff.
I mean, I think
so. I don't know.
I don't either. John and I are kind of old-fashioned, and I don't know if it's a good thing. I personally don't like it because, again, you know, as kids when we were growing up, if you wanted a Metallica album, you either rode your bicycle over it and listened to it with your friend, or you went and bought it, or you begged your mom to buy it. And Metallica appreciated that, and they saw a check from that. And nowadays, millions of people are listening to metal albums but aren't paying for it. And you know, we can cry about it all day. We know it's not going to go away. We know what it is, and we're fortunate to do what we do. But I don't know. It bothers me a little bit. But it is times have changed, and the internet's there. And with one click, you can listen to any song you want, apparently, from what they're telling us.
So don't you feel that it's also like quite shame that they don't have that basically full experience, that you basically had to spare money from your like summer job to get to the store and basically go through the CD piles to pick whatever album, sometimes even randomly an album, and bought it and then just listen to it home, like if it's good or not?
I think it's different. I don't know if there's that much of I think there's a little bit of a detachment compared to when we were kids, when you got your hands on it and rode home with it or ran as fast as you can to listen to it. But again, man, it's just a different time of the world. People don't care about holding that vinyl and staring at the lyric sheet and looking at the artwork.
That's a good thing.
They just, I think young fans, it's not that they don't like it, it's not in their DNA, and it was in ours.
It's different generation.
It is a different generation, and you can't put them down for it. It's just a very push now generation. It's just an instant. It's just like when you get impatient at a fast food restaurant. It didn't take 2 minutes, it took 3, hurry up.
Yeah.
It's different, and I don't know.
Kids are too spoiled that they don't have the time or patience, basically, because nowadays people don't even listen to full albums anymore. They listen to singles because they don't have the patience to listen to the album from the first song to the last one.
Right.
And that's what's happening in the whole like music business.
Yeah.
People are like and bands are also starting to make just like smaller EPs because they know that kids don't have the patience to listen to a full album anymore.
I don't know. We're old timers. You know, we are in the industry, so we'll do what we can to keep fans happy and keep them interested in Obituary. But I am a child of, you get that record and you push play and you listen to it from front to end. There's no fast forwarding. I don't listen to albums that way. I don't really understand why you would. I understand having your favorite song, and when you have a chance to play one song at a party with your friends, you'll play that song. But albums are there for a reason. Bands put them together for a reason, in that order, with certain space in between the songs, and there's a lot of art to that. And when you just fast forward to your favorite song and forget the rest of the record, or you just stream it real quick and listen to it, like people listen to albums from YouTube, which is that's mind-boggling to me to think that that's the quality that they're satisfied with.
Okay, so thank you guys very much for taking time off to do this interview with us, and best of luck for tonight's show. Anything you want to say as last words to your Finnish fans watching the interview?
For God's sakes, buy the new album!
You can hold the mic on yourself.
We're good, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for enjoying Obituary for 29 years, and here's to at least one more.
Thanks, guys.
All right, cool.